I'd love to really quickly see how fast I can get through my life story. Well, but do you want to be in it? I was born and raised in Annapolis, Maryland. I started acting when I was 5 years old. I begged my parents to let me, and they took me to a meeting with a manager in Toms River. That's in New Jersey. And I remember walking to their office and doing a cold read, and they were like, since you already drove all the way up here, why don't you go into the city for an audition? And we drove into the city for the first time, circled the blocks, shelled out $70 for a lot, found the building, got in the tiny elevator, went up. There's 100 other kids that look just like me. You wait for hours after you sign in. They call your name finally. You go in for 2 seconds. I hope you had fun, because we're never doing that again. And then I ended up booking the first commercial I ever auditioned for. I did mostly commercials, but I did do an episode of Homicide, and I was in a couple of independent films. I was raised Jewish, and I was bat mitzvah. I grew up playing lacrosse. When I was a junior in high school, I moved to New York City and went to professional children's school. Then I moved home, and that's when I was taken out of my bed in the middle of the night and sent to Three Rivers, where I lived outside in the snow in the dead of winter. I was there for Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year. When I came home, I went to college in South Carolina. I went to Coastal. I worked on a TV show for the baseball team called Inside the Clubhouse, and I worked for the minor league baseball team in Myrtle Beach. When I graduated college, I moved home and had 5 jobs. I worked in lots of restaurants. I was PAing, I worked in retail, I worked for a film festival, I worked for a law firm. I hope you can hear me. I eventually got a gig on the HBO Emmy Award-winning series Veep as a location assistant, and on House of Cards as an office assistant. I worked my way up on Veep to assistant to the executive producer. Veep used to be filmed in Baltimore, and then when they moved the production to LA, I moved with them. They didn't want to give me a raise after my 4th season, so I left. And then I started producing commercials. I've worked in-house for a couple of advertising agencies, and now I just have my own production company. Agencies hire me to make all kinds of content for that. I shot a short film in 2020. I wrote 2 books. I started a nonprofit called Proper Help. We pay off overdue school lunch accounts. I got married last year on 4/20 to my husband Eddie. We've been together for 12 years, and we have a beautiful 7-year-old son named Lambo.